why I think you should read if you don't, and reasons for that. So, first reason is learning. There's a lot to learn from these stories and authors, not just in the books that I read, but I know a lot of people love reading self-help books and stuff like that, which I think can be really good. There's been like a big surge in that genre, so obviously things like that are super helpful. The lessons that you learn from like the fantasy stories that I read, I think are still applicable to real life, even if you're not fighting dragons and stuff like that. Like, I think there's still a lot of value in reading these stories, and learning from these characters. Make an ill-advised turn here and be on my way home, because that's a long ass light. So, but yeah, so lessons to be learned. Overall, just like learning new grammar, and if you enjoy writing, then learning new ways to write, learning new ways to express yourself, I think is also really valuable. So there's a lot we can learn from what these authors have left us. Finally, I think it's a great piece to add to a routine. I'm a big routine person, so I kind of like to have the same set of things that I do every day, and reading has become just as big a part of that as like going to the gym, going to work. Like, it's just part of my day. Like, I don't skip it. So I think it's great for that, for sure. I always read before I go to bed. I also think it like helps me sleep, because when you get yourself in that routine, your body's like, okay, we're reading, that means like we're going to bed soon. So it's kind of like a trigger for your mind and your body to slowly shut down. Yeah, definitely like better for you than watching TV before you go to bed. And I know like they talk about the blue light shift from screens is pretty bad for you if you're using screens like right before you go to bed. Some with the light and the melatonin, I don't fucking know, but yeah, so reading doesn't have that. And don't read off a Kindle, because that's fake. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to do that, you can, but I prefer reading paper so much more. Like, I don't know, just like actually holding the book in my hands is like such a relaxing feeling. So anyways, if you don't read, I think you should. What's up, guys? Woo! Start to another week. And you guys know me, man. I love working. So, last night, I finished a book that I've been reading for a very long time, and The Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. Very good book. But for me, it's like one of those ones that's a little tough to get through, because there's so many names and places that it's just overwhelming, and you kind of forget who's who and what's what. But I really liked the book, and I'm definitely going to read the second one, because the way that the first one ended, I'm like, I'm invested now, you know? I feel like I don't fully understand like the political dynamic and everything of all the different I don't want to say countries, but like kingdoms maybe. And I'm also starting to get like the family trees down in my head, because there's a lot of different people. So yeah, good book. I would recommend it. Older, so you know, language is a little more like Tolkien vibes, I guess, where you're not gonna like breeze through it like a Brandon Sanderson book, where the writing might be a little more direct and to the point. I think Tad Williams tries to be more eloquent, and yeah, I mean the book's good. not to, I mean, I guess spoiler warning from here on out, but if I mention anything, a lot of the story is after Simon escapes from Pirates, I think it's Pirates, that's how I read it in my head, but after he escapes there, when the doctor dies, so much of the book is just him traveling through the forest with Benedict, and it's like, whew, that's like a lot of travel time, you know. And in reality, it's not over that long of a time period, but it's so much of the book that I kind of found myself at one point, like, I was like, fuck, like, can we just get to, like, what's going on at Nagelmund, like, somebody else's perspective, you know? Like, can we get to Prince Joshua's perspective? Yeah, but overall, good read. I think it's like 765 pages, at least the hardback version that I had. So, pretty long one, but definitely still recommend it. So, now I am reading Red Rising, which is super popular, and a lot of people have recommended to me. I've seen it, you know, on social media, and in bookstores. Like, everybody's saying, like, read this book, it's so good. So I finally picked up a copy, and it's been sitting on my bookshelf for a while in queue, but I'm gonna read it. It's not traditionally exactly what I like, which is more like that medieval fantasy, Lord of the Rings vibes, you know, dwarves, dragons, axes, bows and arrows, stuff like that. This is a little more modern, at least from what I've gathered so far. They seem to be on Mars, and main character is part of like a very low sect or class of people. They're called the Reds or something like that, and yeah, he's like basically mining in like these super dangerous shafts because they're trying to basically prepare Mars for the people that live on Earth. I think that's kind of what I've gathered. So good so far though. I mean, I read like 20-30 pages last night, maybe not that many, I don't know, but it was good. I was invested already, so I'm excited to get into it. It's pretty short, so I'm sure I'll finish it pretty quickly, but I know there's more than one book, so I'm definitely going to be picking up the others if I enjoy this one. But all right, what we got here are some lateral raise finishers with the band that I have in my bag. So if you want to get your side delts burning, definitely do these. So I just do a couple sets of these after I do my dumbbell lateral raises, pump out a bunch of reps, get a nice pump.